Hi, welcome back to the Amoretti kitchen. Today I'm going to make pumpkin spice layered cheesecake bites. I'm going to use several of our products. The crust will have our graham cracker crumbs and our natural pecan flour. And the cheesecake will have, of course, pumpkin spice extract and vanilla extract. And then I'm going to make a glaze that will have maple extract and orange extract. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is to make the crust. This is our graham cracker cookie crumbs, our natural pecan flour, a little bit of AP flour, some sugar, and some melted butter. So I'm using this little mold so that you can make just bites of cheesecake. It's a little bit easier than cutting a large cheesecake. And I'm going to layer this cheesecake, so I'll have a layer of plain cheesecake and then a layer of pumpkin spice. And then I'll glaze it with a maple orange glaze. All right, so I'm just going to put 1 teaspoon of crust into each compartment of the mold, tap it down, and then I'll bake it for 12 minutes. Then I'll put a layer of plain cheesecake in there, freeze that, and put a layer of pumpkin cheesecake on top, and we'll bake it. All right, so I'm just going to press these down. I have also sprayed the mold, so any shape mold will be fine. You just want to tap it down so that it's an even layer of crumbs. You could also use any other of our flavored flours. If you want to replace the pecan flour, you could use our almond flour or our hazelnut flour. Either one would work well. Okay, so these are all packed down and I will bake them for 12 minutes. We'll be back. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just to make the plain layer of cheesecake. Whip the cream cheese until it's smooth. I'm going to add some sugar. You want to keep whipping the cream cheese until it's really smooth, so that means you have to mix a lot, scrape the bowl a lot. You don't want lumps. All right, so I'm going to add the egg and we'll mix that a little bit longer. I'm adding our Madagascar bourbon vanilla. All right, I'm adding some sour cream. And now we have some cream. Let that mix. Okay, so this is ready. And I will now add it to the crumbs. All right, so I have the plain cheesecake mix. I'm just going to fill a little bit in each mold. Fill it halfway full. Just push against it to even it out before you put it in the freezer. You just want to make sure that it goes to the sides. Okay, this is going to freeze for about 30 minutes and then we'll add the pumpkin spice layer. All right, so now comes the pumpkin spice cheesecake. Very similar. I'm going to mix the cream cheese till it's soft, then add some sugar. We have some white sugar and some brown sugar. Okay, I'm adding 1 egg and an egg yolk. Now I can add the pumpkin puree. This is the vanilla extract and our pumpkin spice extract. All right, I think we have this thoroughly combined. I will pull the white layer out of the freezer. We'll add this and then we can bake it. All right, so now the white layer has frozen and we are ready to put pumpkin spice layer on. You just want to fill it to the top. Once this is filled, then you can bake it in a water bath for 18 minutes. And then it's best to let it cool completely and then freeze it, because it's much easier to get these out of this mold when they're frozen. They will defrost quickly. We have a lot of pumpkin flavored extracts that you could use. If you don't want to use pumpkin spice, you could use pumpkin pie or just plain pumpkin. We also have pumpkin syrups that you can use. We have a 3-pack of pumpkin syrups. There's crème de pumpkin that you could add. So we have quite a few choices. So you could do this in stages. If you want to take a couple of days to make it, you could do the freezing part one day and then finish this the final day. So I'm just going to tap this a little bit to try and smooth it out. Fill up some of these that aren't quite full. All right, so I'm going to bake this and it will only take about 12 to 18 minutes. Make sure you put a water bath in here so that it is a nice gentle bake, and we'll be back. So while the pumpkin is baking, I am now going to make a glaze to just brush on top of these little bites. And I'm going to make a slurry with orange juice and cornstarch. But first I'm going to heat the orange juice some sugar, a little bit of corn syrup. So I just want this to get warm and melt the sugar and the corn syrup. While that's heating, I'm going to make a slurry of the cornstarch and the rest of the orange juice. Okay, so now I can add this to our mix. This will thicken up and we'll have a nice clear glaze. Okay, so this can now come off the heat. I will add our products to it. We have a little bit of our maple extract and some orange extract. It's very concentrated, so I'm only using 1/8 of a teaspoon. All right, this will cool and we will brush it onto the cheesecake. Okay, so these have now been frozen. And as you can see, there are nice layers to it. So I will take them out and then I will glaze them and plate them. So I'm just brushing a little bit of our maple orange glaze on the top just to give it a nice shine. You want to do this when they're frozen. All right, so these have been glazed, they're ready to go. And we want to put them on a little plate. And then I'll put some whipped cream on them. These are great, great little cheesecakes to have. It's a nice brunch item or tea. So I'm just going to top them with a little bit of whipped cream and some pecans that have been toasted. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to our channel and our newsletter. We want to keep you updated on all of our discounts, our promos, and of course our giveaways. You can follow us at Amoretti on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next time.